Despite the glamorous facade of the entertainment industry, many performers or comedians experience profound emotional struggles that can lead to depression. A candid example is Robin Williams.
Now who else can take all the forms of comedy, slapstick, satire, mime, and stand-up, and turn it into something that'll offend everyone?
His tragic demise in 2014 shocked fans and served as a sad reminder that mental health issues can affect anyone, regardless of their outward persona.
People talk about depression all the time. The difference between depression and sadness is just, from happenstance, whatever happened or didn't happen for you. And depression is your body saying, "Fuck, I don't want to be this character anymore."
The comedian we'll be taking a look at is George Simmons from Funny People.
I mean, a lot of guys like the blowjobs. I don't love it. I never know what to do with my hands, I'm always like...
George is an A-list comedian who is cherished and loved by his fans and peers. Despite all this glamour, George was a seriously ill, lonely man who was not even on good terms with his family. The only thing he uses to cope is hooking up with groupies and buying stuff he doesn't need just to fill that void in his heart. He chose not to let anyone know about his health status. Many people hide their health issues because they don't want to worry or burden their loved ones. They may feel that sharing their problems will add unnecessary stress to the life of others, particularly if the person they are confiding in already has challenges of their own. One evening, George decided to go and perform at a comedy club. The whole performance was just dark. His jokes didn't make any sense. The crowd, which was initially flabbergasted by the presence of George, picked up on the weird vibes and stopped laughing.
Oh boy, it's quiet in here. You hear that?
After the terrible performance, a young comedian came on stage and completely trashed George for his awful stand-up.
Oh wait, did you hear that? Yeah, George Simmons just shot himself in the face, backstage. It's sad knowing Merman's crying inside.
Harsh comments directed at celebrities can be personally hurtful for several reasons. Celebrities are human beings who experience emotions and vulnerabilities, just like anyone else. Many of them struggle with mental health issues such as anxiety, depression, or self-esteem problems, and harsh comments can worsen their conditions. When celebrities are reduced to mere symbols of fame or success, it becomes easy to overlook their emotional reality.
If an alien landed here and demanded a famous person to eat, I'd drive straight to Adam Sandler's house with a net. Now,
this young stand-up comedian is Ira, a struggling underground comedian who works in a deli and does comedy on the side. Ira's passion for comedy overrides his natural talent. His own workmates and friends try so hard not to attend his shows. He makes everyone know how much he's improving, but time and time again, he still sucks.
Don't let him suck you in, he's not funny.
Nah, he's right, man. No.
Believing that passion alone will always yield success can lead to delusion when someone realizes they are not improving despite their best efforts. Realistic self-assessment is important for growth and improvement, as it allows individuals to identify their strengths and weaknesses. The only friend Ira has is Leo, a fellow stand-up comedian who is full of talent and natural charisma.
You can be attractive and stupid and make it in the world, and you can be unattractive and smart and make it in the world.
Yeah.
But it's the ugly, dumb people who are really screwed because they're ignorant and an eyesore.
After witnessing both Ira and Joe on stage, George makes an effort to employ the two comedians to be his ghostwriters. Ira instantly sabotaged his friend and proposed to do the work all alone. This shows us that Ira is not only a dick, he's an asshole too. This opportunity could have been a big push for Leo due to his natural talent and charisma, but Ira was 2 steps ahead.
I am always 2 steps ahead.
Human beings are naturally prone to comparison, especially in areas where they are personally invested. When we engage in a shared activity or skill with a friend, we can't help but measure our progress or success against theirs. If they outperform us, it can strike our self-esteem, making us feel inferior or inadequate. We may fear that the success will alter the dynamics of the relationship. This fear of being left behind or losing connection can fuel a sense of rivalry. During their first interaction, the contrast between the two men begins to show. Whilst Ira is full of joy and excitement for such a wonderful experience, George was the opposite. He even goes on to make dark remarks about how he used to be happy.
It's good. It's good to be excited. I used to be excited. Oh, it's awesome.
Many people find it difficult to openly express their pain or vulnerability. As a result, dark remarks can be a coded or indirect way of asking for help. As time went on, the two began to bond and create memories together. George finally decided to open up to his assistant about his health and how badly sick he was. He explains to Ira that he wanted to keep this under the sheets and let no one else know about what he was sadly going through. Initially, Ira agreed to keep this a secret, but after a while, he gathered the courage to let George know that he had to let his loved ones know what he was actually going through, no matter how terrible it is.
You have to tell someone other than me, man. I can't be the only one who knows.
You're making noises now? You look like the Incredible Hulk.
George finally decided to open up to his friends and family, and surprisingly, the feedback he got from them was therapeutic. He apologized to his family, made music with his friends, and started communicating with his ex, Laura. George and Laura used to be in love but broke up for a span of 15 years. Between this time frame, Laura moved on and had a family with 2 kids, but George decided to take the bachelor's route and stayed alone. The two confessed their feelings for each other and bond over the fact that Laura's current husband was cheating on her.
And the crazy thing is, he cheats on me too. He's like an Australian you.
After a breakup, it's common to look back on the relationship with a sense of nostalgia. Even after a breakup, couples can still miss the emotional intimacy, comfort, and sense of security that comes from knowing someone so well. The bond created in the relationship can make it difficult to absolutely detach, leading to lingering feelings despite the breakup. One day on a normal checkup routine at the hospital, George gets the news that
I don't want to speak too soon, but we may have beaten this thing.
He goes on to tell his friends about this great news and even throws a party for a second chance at life. Everyone had a positive vibe at the party, except one person.
I don't think you should have took that medicine.
Why not?
I don't know, personally, I think you should have just let yourself die. Honestly, man, what are you gonna do now?
This conversation gave the comedian an epiphany to go and chase a forbidden love. Slowly, the two began to grow their feelings for each other. Laura got so comfortable to the point of inviting both Ira and George over to a place. The ex-lovers even hooked up at some points, and this was happening whilst Laura was not officially separated from her husband. Extramarital affairs. This hide and seek went on until Laura's husband got to know. In the end, Laura decided to stay with her husband and work on a marriage, rejecting George. Ira was the only voice of reasoning, as time and time again, he warned George not to pursue Laura. George ends up taking out his frustration on Ira and firing him.
Good, fire me. I don't want to be around you anymore because you are fucking contagious.
The two went their separate ways, but this won't last long.
I thought a lot about what you said in the car. To me, a few of those things might have been accurate. Tried to help me, and I'm sorry I put you in the middle of all that stuff.
Shawty say she no go up in for the bros. My bros know the play, they go up in and toss.